The Pan-Africanist Congress of Azania has joined the chorus of those calling for Higher Education and Training Minister Dr. Nzimande to be fired. This amid claims of corruption at the National Student Financial Aid Scheme. ALTA has released audio recordings revealing shady deals within that scheme that implicate the minister and NSFAS board chair Ernest Khosa. PAC's spokesperson Azania Charlie says there's clearly a syndicate to loot student aid scheme.
If you do look at the company that Mr. Nzimande is associated to with his wife, for example, it has for over the years gotten many other tenders and the DHC in institutions headed by the current CEO, Mr. Nongongo. Secondly, how do you explain that a board chairperson would want to discuss board issues, let alone external people, but with the very same service providers that are in question? To say that is highly irregular, it would definitely be an understatement. In the recordings, of course, you can hear Mr. Nzimande and the other unknown people discussing how much Mr. Khosa loves money. And it is known for them that looting money and being handled by people is something that Mr. Khosa is privy to. And also as the PAC, it is also indicating to us that indeed there is a syndicate of looting money. And Mr. Nzimande, for example, demonstrates that money. He also denotes in the voice recording, sorry for this, that he actually donated money to the SACP, which is an indication, therefore, to us that for him, by donating money to the SACP, he wanted something in return, and definitely it was to loot the money out of the National Financial Aid Scheme that is known for assisting many black children in this country who are without funding.
For more on the story, we're joined by ActionSA National Youth Forum Chairperson Hluphi Gafane. Hluphi, I appreciate your time this evening. Now, what specific evidence does ActionSA have to support the call for the immediate resignation of Higher Education Minister Nzimande and NSFAS Board Chairperson Ernest Khosa? And how does this evidence tie them to the alleged kickbacks related to the fraudulent direct payment of allowances scheme?
Thank you very much for having me. Firstly, allow me to send appreciation to ALTA for their incredible work in exposing this brazen corruption. As ActionSA, as we have previously stated in our statements back in October, the matter is currently with our legal team, whereby we are trying to find out all the patterns which have led to this award of the tender of the funding scheme. It is absolutely disgraceful that we have a minister who, under no circumstances, takes the cries of young people in this country, students in particular, seriously. I think if we remember that we are still waiting for him to come back and address students in regards to the protest which took place a few years ago regarding fees must fall. But Blade is a typical communist, preaching equality by the day while roaming around stealing from the students of this country in a tiger's costume. So it's a matter that we as ActionSA take very seriously. And previously we have discussed and stated that we are very much welcoming of the workmen's attorney's report, which released the findings of what transpired in that proceeding. But as ActionSA, we take this matter very seriously, and we call for the immediate resignation of both the minister and as well as the CEO, Mr. Khosa.
Now, both parties, if I'm not mistaken, have castigated that audio recording. I'd imagine that in the seriousness of how you're handling this matter, as ActionSA, as you've just said, that you've confirmed that this audio recording is in fact a true accurate of what actually transpired, if I might say.
Well, we can't really say it's accurate, as I have stated that the matter is with our legal team. However, as we have all heard or listened to that audio, it's very concerning, the allegations which have been put against the CEO, or rather the chairperson, Mr. Khosa, in this regard. And it's shameful. I mean, if we look at it, we do have Treasury, which is cutting funding of NSFAS. And as I said, it's very shameful because with the little that is already available for for the students. It's already being looted by Blade and his gang of karaoke singing entrepreneurs. So as far as we are concerned, as ActionSA, we are calling for the immediate resignation of both the minister and the chairperson. We say this because as much as we know that a mere resignation is not enough, but if these individuals, the minister and the chairperson, remain in their current positions, it gives them absolute freedom to continue doing what they have been doing, if not worse. So an immediate resignation is what we're calling for, and then we are asking that the law takes it upon itself to make sure that this matter is addressed and taken into absolute consideration of the students and taken as far as the might of the law can go.
Now, Hluphi, how does ActionSA plan to ensure accountability if the minister and board chairperson did not resign voluntarily? Are there legal actions or other measures that ActionSA is considering to address the allegations?
Well, we do have a legal team which is absolutely outstanding, and we take into full confidence of what they can do as far as court can go. But as accountability, we know that the current government just knows nothing of accountability. And as much as we're calling for the immediate resignation, we know that the chances of that actually happening are on the negative side. If it's out of 100, it's a negative 100 because ANC knows nothing of resignations. What they will do, rather, is probably reshuffling or redirecting a minister to another portfolio. But for now, it's 2024. As the youth of this country, we have stated that 2024 is our 1994. So in that regard, it is absolutely our right and our responsibility to make sure that we support those who bring these allegations, and I'm calling them allegations right now for legal purposes, but we support those who bring these allegations to light. And we don't want to wait for election day to take action. It starts now, and as far as we are concerned, it takes the youth. We are in desperate need of the youth to take action, and it starts now, not on election day.
So there are two chapters to this whole debacle, and one obviously is the various allegations that have been leveled against Blade Nzimande and Ernest, Khosa, who's the lead at the NSFAS. But how does ActionSA plan to support the students who've been affected by the alleged mismanagement and corruption at NSFAS, especially those awaiting their allowances for the 2023 academic year? I mean, we reported on the back end of last year how many have had to beg, steal and borrow, and literally in our conversation with a student's representative, many have been forced into lives of crime, many have turned to prostitution in order to just make ends meet when there's money outstanding from their allowances that should have come through from NSFAS.
You know, it's actually very sad that you have to mention the prostitution part, because that's an actual reality of our youth in this country. However, as ActionSA Youth Forum, what we are doing now is we are having a campaign where we'll be helping students, especially the new students who are from other provinces who still have to make their way into the current schools that they've been accepted to. We will be helping them register and making sure that their registrations are actually recorded. And then we will take it up.
We seem to have lost Hluphi, Gafane, National Youth Forum chairperson.